traveling abroad in Europe. Certificate I've not started, but what I want to say, I live in the UK. I live close to North London. But what I want to say is, if you have 30 million naira in Nigeria, you've made that money legitimately. You've done a business that has grown, and you've been able to raise 30 million naira. I don't see why you should be thinking of Jack. Fine, some people say something like security, stability. Fine, over here, the security, the justice system is there. Do you understand? You'll be trampled upon even if you are nobody. There's no little man. There's no big man. If you're a big man, if you are caught, if you get into the wrong hands of the law, you'll be dealt with like that. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So the justice system works. There's power supply. There's everything you can think. But what I want people to know is that Nigeria is not that bad. I'm going to give you two examples that if I've been here for a little while now, and there was a day I got to meet someone. This man is a chartered accountant. He said he has his own firm in Nigeria, and he was doing well. This man Japa with masters paid from school fees of I think 30,000 pounds. He had already paid 10,000 pounds from Nigeria. Paid his son's school fees as well. Paid 10,000 pounds. This man has already paid 20,000 pounds cash before coming down here, and he had a firm that was running very well. This man was in an Airbnb. From there, I had to go and get a one-room apartment. Struggling. I'm like, why did you leave your firm? You're a chartered accountant. You're doing well. Why did you leave? Do you understand? And it was like, I said, why did you leave? You are doing well already. You could come here for all of this and you go back. You don't have to jack back. This man is already in his 40-something years. You see, if you're in your 20, it's fine. It's fair enough. You can come, also make money. You can come here, also very quick, make money and go back and do something. But I think for Japa, it's not an average person in Nigeria wants to Japa, and it's not the right mindset. That's just what I have to say. Is abroad good? Fine, it's good. Western world is good. It opens your mind. There's opportunity and the rest of that. But however, stop demonizing Nigeria. Nigeria is not bad as well. And when I was in Nigeria last year, August, September. I was with some of my friends, and this guy comes to UK to visit me very well. So I went to see him, and we're talking. Yeah, and some of his friends were talking. And he was sharing a story with him he was telling him about a young girl. This guy was working with a firm in Nigeria. The firm, an international firm, was paying this guy $3,000 monthly. This guy was paid $1,000 monthly. And this girl left Nigeria, left her job, and jumped back to the UK on student routes. Which job will be paying you $3,000? You just come to the UK. When your tax is there, you have your rent to pay monthly, you have your bills to pay.
Now, let me play the devil's advocate. If you come and you talk in favor of Niger, I will do Japa, and if you talk in favor of Japa, I will be in favor of Nigeria. But let me say something here. Isn't it, if you are earning $3,000 from an abroad firm in Nigeria, don't you think if you go abroad, maybe after struggling for 1, 2, 3 years, you'll be able to earn more? In the UK, what's the average salary?
Okay, that is, let me tell you one thing about this UK is that UK is good for one thing. UK is like a leveler. Do you understand? You all almost feel alike. So I'll give like a typical example. Let's say a typical person earns 1,800 after tax. Let's say 1,700 to 2,000 pounds monthly in the UK. So that's average 2,000, 2,200 pounds after tax in the UK. You are paying your rent. Let's say you are paying 1,100 pounds as rent. You get it? You are paying your council tax 150 pounds or 200 pounds. If your rent is 1,100, you are paying council tax 150 pounds. That's 1,250 pounds. You are paying your car insurance pounds, 150 pounds. You are paying energy bill. Let's say 150 pounds again. That's 1,500 pounds. Bro, you are barely. I was having a conversation with my friend recently. If you have 10,000 pounds in the UK and you decide not to work for the next 4 months, that 10,000 pounds will finish. If you have 10,000 pounds in Nigeria, which is 90 million naira, you decide to rent a house, let's say 2.5 million naira, you buy food in your house, that 90 million naira will not finish in a very quick time. But in UK,
it will not finish in 2 years.
No, Dorime, you have not done Dorime.
If you, for instance, now,
I have a 19 million. I not finish it.
it depends on if you have a family. If you are young, like your age now, Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like me, if I had 19 million naira, I will not be driving GLE 53. I'll just be with my Camry JJ where I go feel maintain. You understand what I tell you? I no go rent, even if I dey stay my estate, I no go rent 8 million, 9 million naira house. I will just rent like 4 million naira house. I go pay 2 years down payment, 8 million. It still remains 11 million. I will not be burning the kind of energy I burn now. I'll probably be burning like 150K a month. In 10 months, that's 1.5 million. For 2 years, I'll probably spend like 5 million on electricity. So I will have light. Do you understand what I'm telling you? So
Yes,
I will have food. It might not be the best food, but I will have food. I will have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast will be 1 egg and some yam. Lunch will be Indomie and egg. Dinner, you understand? But in the UK, that 10,000 pounds is nothing.
Do you understand? So
but in Nigeria, you can live, if you live in Ikorodu, that 10,000 pounds, you go live there 5 years.
Do you get?
If you live in Ibadan, 10,000 pounds reach you for 5 years.
You and so that I think that's the narrative people don't understand. Abroad is good. The life here, the healthcare system, everything is good. But Nigeria too is not bad. Nigeria is not issue. I always think if you are rich, you are doing well. It's better you come here, live here for like a month or two before you think of relocating. Because you may come here and you may regret it. Do you understand? So it's not but an average person was like, oh, until you Japa, you've not started life. No. That shouldn't be how you should look at it. If you want to Japa, it's fine. If you're not doing well, okay, I'll give you another example. You want to make your hair as a lady, a braid. If you want to make braid here, it's 100 pounds. If you're making braid in Nigeria, how much will you pay? Maybe a normal woman do braid for you on the roadside, maybe 30,000 naira.
How much do you do your braids?
So let's say 50,000 naira. I'm just assuming.
It's like 80K now. How much?
I got my hair 25 pounds that freeze.
Get a good deal, like
my hair is 25 pounds to cut my hair. 25 pounds should be about 50,000 naira. But in Lekki there, if I cut my when I was in Lekki, I paid 4,000 naira.
Where I go cut my hair, dye my hair, everything at 10K.
You see how? So people go they look say pounds big. No, if you are spending the money here, you are spending it real fast. It's only when it comes to naira that you're like, okay, fine. This thing is big. Do you understand? So what Dele Momodu said makes sense. If you've run a business and the business has generated up to 30 million naira for you, legitimately you've done well, you should come for holiday. That's what I have to say.
Can I ask you a question?
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, like I want to ask him a question because some people in the comments are saying, if you're speaking sincerely, why are you abroad?
Okay, should I answer that? Let me tell you something. When I was in Nigeria, I would not say I wasn't doing well. Do you understand? Like I said, I didn't have 30 million in my account. When I came to the UK, I didn't spend up to 2 million naira now. Me myself, I can tell you, my school fees, let's say deposit was 1,000 pounds. 10 pounds was 570. I paid 570,000 naira to my school, and then I was given a cars. Everything I spent was like 2 million naira. If I had a business I was doing in Nigeria that generated 30 million naira, that's still doing well, I'll still run it. But if you're not doing well in Nigeria, you are struggling. Why not? You can come back. You can move over here. It's fine. Do you understand? But if you are doing very well in Nigeria, you have a business that is thriving, and you say that you want to leave your business and relocate here. If you come here, you may not like it. I've seen people. Not me. I'm very good at here. I'm not. You might come here. I'm like, man, if I had known or something, I would have stayed. Because at that time, let me tell you the issue now. Your business. You have people that you left back home, and they'll be shame. Left the business, you're not coming back after 2-3 years. It's not really that. So if you are rich, you have to well, it means come first, live here, say it is. Then if you're going to really stay, then you decide. That's what I have to say.
All right, brothers in the house, what are your thoughts?
Can I go on?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Thank you so much for having me on your live. Hello, Daddy Frizz.
Hello, brother. How are you doing?
I appreciate. I sent you some DMs like months back, and you replied. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You are most welcome.
So, for me, it's actually a funny story. So, on 2 occasions in my life, I had some challenges, and I thought going abroad was the solution. But inside of me, I knew that abroad wasn't meant for me. So it didn't work out. So I've always been in Nigeria. And for me, I prefer Nigeria because I feel I was able to pick myself up and do better in Nigeria. But as we speak, I'm in the UK, but I'm not Japa. Because the few people that knew that I was in the UK, like everybody, like, have you Japa, have you Japa, have you Japa? Like there were like 20 to 30 people asking me, have I Japa? I said, I'm just here on holiday. I cannot live abroad. Because I've just been here for like 4 days, so I'm just here on holiday. But yeah, UK is nice, cool, nice weather, you know, everything, everything works. But I still feel that a lot of them are running a rat race here. Like I was still having a discussion with someone recently, and everybody's saying the same thing, like bills, your income, especially when you have a family, bills consume a significant portion of your income. I'm not wondering that, come on, in Nigeria, I feel, okay, let's look at it from this angle. In Nigeria, everybody keeps complaining of power. I have solar panels I have 32 solar panels on my roof. Even though the national grid goes down for 1 year, I will have light. So I believe that you can solve your power issues. Then you can live in an area that is nice, and so you can drive a nice car. And if you live in a secured environment, security will be, of course, you be living in Nigeria, you have an idea of the places that are not too secure, so you will not find yourself there. Like that, the phrase will say, I don't have any business on the mainland, so I'm not going to the mainland. So you are somewhat on the island, and you are used to that place, and it might not be 100%, but secure to an extent. Then an opportunity came for an in-law of mine to either go abroad or stay in Nigeria. I was trying to like push her, saying that she should stay in Nigeria, you know, the little money that you have, like money you've raised, use it to, you know, learn some skills. And I was really trying to convince her. Then her other siblings abroad chipped in and said, no, come abroad. I guess I was looking at it from my own perspective. But eventually, she's in her 20s, she's young. So she came abroad, and she said she prefers it here. But I'm now thinking that, like you said, it's not a yes or no answer. It worked out for her, good. For me, if it had worked out for me, I think I would have been frustrated. There's nothing anyone can tell me. I cannot live abroad. My own is come, relax, go back after a few weeks. Even at immigration, they'll be asking you questions like, what are you coming to do? What does the person asking, what does he do? What do I do? I'm like, maybe these guys think that this. I'm so desperate for this. I had answers to all their questions, so it's just crazy. It's very deep because everybody's asking the same question. Out of like 30 people, 20 people are saying that, staying. I said, I cannot live abroad. And Nigerians seem to think that it's weird you not wanting to live abroad. It's weird to them. I'm like, why is it weird? Why? It's not everybody that wants to be abroad. Sorry. It's a different path for different people. I feel Nigeria works for me. I cannot, I don't know. How can I be using almost 80% of my income on bills? Like, I look at the income from my business. Like,
Abroad, if you, my mom will call me and call all my phones at the same time. Yeah, hello, mom. Where are you? Okay. Why? Yes. I'm actually live. Are you watching me live? Okay, I'm actually. Yes, you're on live air. I'll call you back. All right. So We have somebody new. Good evening, sir. What are your thoughts?
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening, Daddy Praise.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good
What are
evening,
your
all.
thoughts?
So my thought is Nigeria is no longer what it used to be when it comes to, you know, when it comes to, trying to invest with the amount that Momodu mentioned, about 30 million. You can stay back and all that. I strongly don't believe with the kind of system we have, it's not really so it's only middle class in our country. So
My network is bad.
what they're doing to really make that move of Jack Barry, because to be honest with you, people have gone back from where I'm from, where I live. They go back to Nigeria and they end up coming back. So it's like, the society doesn't really do much to encourage people to invest and do what they're supposed to do. Just 1% of Nigerians are really, really making a headway when it comes to, investing. But where I live is more like a level playing field. There's peace of mind. If you work hard, there's dignity in labor. All you got to do is just put in the hard work. And if you have the right mindset, and most especially that if you have a great supporting partner, like a great partner, like a wife who is very supportive, there's no way you'll do just fine when you jack back.
I want to ask you a
You have to
question.
organize yourself.
I want to ask you all a question. With the way the world is going, there are so many jobs that earn forex while in Nigeria.
I'm on live, guys.
There are so many jobs. Some Scrum, some IT jobs, some coaching jobs, some tech jobs, some consultancy jobs, and all these content creators you are seeing, they all earn in US dollars while in Nigeria. Bloggers, and so many people offering online services earn in dollars in Nigeria. So let me ask you a question. The problem with Nigeria is if you are earning Naira in Nigeria, it's going to be hard. But what if you are earning between $3,000 and $5,000 a month while you are living in Nigeria? There are many people who are in this bracket. More people than you can imagine. It's just that people don't talk. But because I happen to know a lot of people, I know a lot of stories. There are people who are earning as much as $50,000 a month. There was one particular guy I was gisting with one of my friends about. I saw the back end. He was even one of these skit makers. He was making like $70K a month, dollars. My question now is, if I made $70K a month, or $5K a month, or $3K a month, would I still want to live abroad? That's another conversation we need to have. Because you see, 90 to 99% of Nigerians earn in Naira while living in Nigeria. I was reading the salary of the MTN CEO. Let me give you this. MTN CEO salary. It was all over the place. They says the CEO of MTN Nigeria, Carl Toriola, earns 8.5 million naira daily. Not weekly, not monthly, daily. Would you tell this man to relocate abroad?
No. That's a different ball game, Daddy Freeze.
No. But you see, I want us to have, because the problem is the people abroad always have a way of believing that the people in Nigeria, ran abroad because they were not doing well in Nigeria. If you are the day I saw this guy's salary, it's not if you make 8 million naira a month, I'll not even tell you to leave Nigeria. 8 million naira a month is $5,000. Do you understand? Now imagine making this money in a day. Google it. That's his salary. He's the highest paid CEO in Nigeria. There are other CEOs that earn. Let me tell you something here. Zenith Bank CEO, GTB CEO, Access Bank CEO, Airtel CEO. All these CEOs all make maybe not this much, but somewhere around that range. So when you are saying, oh, Japa, will you honestly tell somebody this one cannot even Japa? Because if he wants to travel, he uses jet. He does not even enter a normal aeroplane. When you are earning 8 million naira a day, how much is private jet?
That is phrase. You're only talking about 1% of.
My
Nigeria.
question is, what if you are that 1%? Because if you are earning $5,000, because hold on.
Okay.
My problem with the advice of Japa is everybody Japa. If you are in the 1% in Nigeria, why do you need to Japa?
I also feel most people in that 1%, if you look at it from another angle, do they really live in Nigeria? For example, now I spoke with someone. I do some business with MTN now. So I spoke to the PA to the CEO of MTN. So she asked me that, do you think you can do the job? Do you think it's easy? Also, they are not really fully in Nigeria. These guys can be anywhere at any time. Because like you said, they have access to a private jet. So based on the kind of work they do and how busy they can be anywhere. They can be like anywhere. Maybe in a month, he could be in 10 countries in a month, if I'm not exaggerating, because they travel a lot for meetings and their job. And what she also told me is that he's into other businesses and he was already even a billionaire before he became the CEO of MTN. So all these guys have a wealth of experience and exposure that would allow them to command such very humongous figures. So,
but as CEO of MTN, he will live most of his time in Nigeria, though, because he's CEO of MTN Nigeria. Not, from my understanding of it. Now, here's the conversation here. I believe that if you are earning 2,000 American dollars while in Nigeria, and you like Nigeria, I don't see why you are jackbuying. I don't see. You see, now you also need to understand that abroad has its own benefits. If you're earning $2,000 a month in Nigeria, nobody's going to give you car loan, nobody's going to give you house loan. You will gather the money any day, complete car, you buy car. You'll gather the money again any day, complete house, you will buy house. Abroad, if you are earning £2,000 a month in the UK, and every month you can manage and save something, after a while you put down payment for house. You understand? And begin to service the mortgage. And after a while, you have the opportunity to get another house. Most people abroad drive new cars because it's credit. Nigeria, you want to go and buy a car on credit. You understand? So that system also helps people plan. All right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to build my credit. Once I've built my credit to a certain degree, I'm going to be able to get a house. I'm going to be able to get a car. I'm going to be able to do this. All that is available abroad, while it's not available in Nigeria. So it is never a yes or no. There are so many gray areas. Your thought. Over to you.
What else? I've just been looking at this.
You've been looking at that 2.8 billion. That's somebody's salary in a month.
And I don't have data.
You don't have data.
because this is
Okay,
MTM
Daddy
people.
Freeze.
Thank you very much, sir. Just help me press
Thank you
X
very much.
so I
have to
can
go
bring
back.
other
I just
people.
took my little break, and I didn't know I was going to be on your live.
I'm not
Thank
shy,
you.
I just don't know what to say.
Last time you put me on live, that was during COVID, if you recall. And I'm going to remind you, and I think you were looking for someone who knows how to, how do you say it in Yoruba? I think about something related to, who knows how to speak Yoruba and bullshit or something like that.
Yes.
And you put me on live. I think, what's his name? Simply Vic was on live too on that same day during COVID when everybody was isolated. So I'm so glad to have you on your live, so glad that you have me on your live again. And I really appreciate what you're doing, you're really impacting humanity worldwide.
Thank you very much for that.
I like the way you're coaching her, towards the right path. All the best.
Thank you very much, sir, and do have a very
Thank you,
lovely
guys.
day.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, if I may chip in something,
So
I feel abroad is for people who want a fresh start. Maybe Nigeria is not really working out for them. Then they could try it. Maybe it could be the answer they've been looking for. But if you have something going and it's looking good, why move? For me, I don't believe in leaving certainty for uncertainty because abroad is uncertain. What if it doesn't work? Then all the sacrifices you've made to get there, you now want to go back to it. A lot of people cannot go back because they have nothing to go back to. So that's just my take on it.
Thank you for that. All right, we have my sister here. Hello, how are you doing?
Hi, hello. Sorry, I was just surprised that I joined the live.
Okay, so go ahead. What are your thoughts?
Okay. So my thoughts, I have different perspective and I have different thoughts when it comes to people relocating from Nigeria to abroad. And I'll use myself as an example. So I relocated from Nigeria to US when I was younger, like I was in my 20s. So I feel like if you're in your 20s and you don't have anything going good for you in Nigeria, it's good for you to relocate because you're having like a new start for your life. But I feel like if you have something good going on for you in Nigeria, maybe you have like a good job, you're making money, like your salary is in dollars. Like maybe you're making $3,000 a month or you're making $5,000 a month. It will be good for you to stay. But at the same time, you should also look at the security aspect when it comes to Nigeria. Nigeria is a beautiful country, it's a good country, but at the same time, there's so many stress when it comes to not enough security, when it comes to medical and all those stuff like electricity. I feel like if Nigeria have like electricity and it have like a good medical facility, or I would say facility, I would say maybe good medical system, I think it will be better. I think a lot of people know just to Japa to travel abroad and do so many things. But it's because of this lack of things that are going on in Nigeria. That's why most people are trying to Japa just to find a better life. So I would say when I moved to the US, so as a 20-year-old girl, it was really difficult. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest. People just say you want to Japa to other country, but you also be thinking about you moving here. You don't have anybody, even though if you have anybody. Let me be honest. If you move here and you have a family member here or you have different people here, like I'll give you a month. When you live with them, they start behaving differently. They start changing, and then you have to like go out and start fending for yourself. Also remember, if you're living in Nigeria, you don't have to like pay your phone bill every month. You can just buy a recharge card, recharge your phone. You can do all those things. You can go and buy grocery are really more cheaper. But also living abroad, if you're relocating abroad, it's different. You have to pay for your phone bill every month. You have to pay for all the insurance. You have to pay for medical insurance. You have to pay for like your car loan or your car insurance. You have to pay. So all those bills pile up a lot. And if you're making like $3,000 every month, or every week in America, I'm telling you, if you don't do budget very well, you're going to be homeless. That's so true. You're going to be homeless. And that's the reality of life. But in Nigeria, at least you can still work hard and say, okay, I can make this money, budget very well, rent like one room, and manage myself and still survive. But abroad, if we pay every month, we pay our apartment every month, and if you miss 1 month, they won't say, oh, you don't have the choice to go beg your landlord and say, oh, please give me like extra 1 month to pay my bills. No, they will send you out. So it's just a 50-50 chance, and especially college too. Like in college, you can get loan when you live abroad. You can get loan to pay your college, and later on when you get a job, you can pay back. But in Nigeria, it's not like that. If you don't pay your school fees instant, you can't go to college. So I would say living abroad or living in Nigeria is a 50-50 stuff for people. And most people, and also most people, and this is what most people that move from Nigeria, because I'm in the military, right? And there's a reason I have to leave my corporate job because it was too stressful and join the military because it's more secure.
I'm going to have to feature you one day. You will tell us what it takes for a foreigner to be in the U.S. military.
So most Nigerian right now that Japa that have their green card, the best thing they're doing, they're joining the military. The reason why they're joining the military is because
what if they send you now they carry you, send you to one of those peacekeeping missions in the Middle East? So go to Gaza.
No. I think it depends on the branch of military that you join, and it depends on the rate that you have. For me, before I joined the military, I went to college in the U.S., starting from getting my associate degree, my bachelor, my master's, and working outside. It was really tough, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be realistic. It was very honest. It was so bad to keep up with the bills as a young girl. It's so bad. My apartment in New York was like close to $2,000. That doesn't include your electricity. It doesn't include your gas. It doesn't include your phone bill, your insurance. It doesn't even include your medical, and also on top of my student loans with it. So it was just a lot. And it's so hard for you to keep up. You have to get like 3 jobs or 4 jobs. It's so hard to keep up. And most people, when it's so hard for them to keep up, what do? You find a means of joining the military, which I did, and most of my friends, and most people, and that's what they did. They joined the military because the salary is constant, it's consistent. Sometimes, yes, it's consistent, and it's no matter what you do, you get paid every month, and they pay for your apartment. They pay for your apartment. Yes, they pay for your apartment. They give you food money. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm secure, even though my salary now, I know I'm saving it for future. Maybe buying a house of my own one day, doing that. I feel like if you're making a lot of money in Nigeria, it's better to stay in Nigeria. And I cannot get other people's perspective like, oh, Nigeria is stressful. Let's be honest. If you say you want to start a business in Nigeria, you have to go through a lot. You have to bribe people to get the right document. You have to, the traffic is a lot. And you're going to be stressed. And you see people like just going crazy, people yelling at each other. It's not that you cannot survive. If Nigeria have the system that they have here, I think nobody in their right mind will want to Japa when you have 30 million naira. You get what I mean? Because you can actually do a good business with 30 million naira if you do it the right way. If you can go to the office and get the right paperwork for you to start your own business, I feel like you can survive. But because of the corruptions and everything that is going on, it's so difficult for people to even survive with 30 million naira in Nigeria. And that's the reality of life.
Awesome. She was saying something.
The thing is, I know a lot of people are saying that they want to go abroad because the system is better, the system is like this, and if the system in Nigeria was working, maybe with their 30 million naira, they wouldn't want to jackpot. But the thing is, if the systems in Nigeria worked the way it did abroad, wouldn't we now be paying those high bills and everything? Because that's what's making it work. All the money that they pay as tax and everything. So Nigeria now becomes the abroad. So what do you understand what I'm talking about? So I
Yes,
feel
I
like the reason why
understand. I
Nigeria
understand your
is
perspective.
sweet, no matter how bad this might sound, is actually because of the things that go wrong. So it's sweet if you do have the money to compensate for the things that are
Yes,
going wrong.
yes,
Uh,
yes.
Let me put it the best way I can put this. The only two problems that you cannot solve in Nigeria are emergency. What is it called? That's the only problem you cannot solve. Emergency
Yes.
healthcare. You have a heart attack,
Yeah.
you might not survive it in Nigeria.
Yes, yes.
That is, as far as I'm concerned, the only problem that you can't solve. Every other problem you can solve. If it's
Yeah, but you
power,
can solve that if
hold.
you have the money,
If you
though.
can solve that, then finish. Nigeria is okay.
Yes.
The power, we've been here for 1 hour. The light has not gone. If it goes for 1 minute. They switch over and it comes back. We pay for it too. It's very expensive, but we have it. If anybody still complain about 24 hours electricity in Nigeria, oh, we don't have 24 hours you are not living in a nice part of town, or you don't have a solar system or a generating system that can work in the rounds. Once you live in an estate, and one of the things I always advise people is don't live in a house. Always live in an estate where you share power and all that. Even my daughter in her school, who stays on the mainland, the power is more or less stable now. This particular government has really worked on power. But if you stay in a nice part of town, power is not going to be your problem. Neither is security. We always have police. We have normal security and police security patrolling the estate 24 hours a day. I go and do my work at 1 a.m. and I feel very safe. Sometimes 2 a.m. Sometimes my wife can go to her office within the estate on foot by 1:30 a.m. So Nigeria is safe depending on where you live.
Exactly.
Now,
Yes.
if you are earning $3,000 to $5,000 a month, you would most likely live in a place that is safe. Now, of course, the roads are not safe. You understand what I'm saying? The roads are not.
Yes.
You have to be careful when moving around because of the kind of miscreants we have. But still, it is reduced depending on where you live. Because I still drive a convertible and I still drop the top. Yeah, sometimes when I'm seeing the traffic, I'm approaching the traffic, I just start closing the roof. You understand? But when the road is open, I match it. And sometimes even in traffic, I'm there chilling, greeting people, depending on the area.
Yeah.
There are some areas where you dare not try it. You can't even go with a flashy
Exactly.
car. And if you own a flashy car, will you really live in that area? So
No, you won't, and that's the problem because
now
in Nigeria there's a different poverty rate level.
another problem we have in Nigeria is bad roads. But you see,
Yes.
if you have finances, everybody in Nigeria has a car they use for bad roads. Most people I know have a Hilux or some sort of SUV. They might have 4 cars, 3 cars, 5 cars. There will always be that rugged car that you can use and pass inside flood. You understand? So there is a solution to every Nigerian problem except that emergency healthcare.
Yeah.
Education, you will get very good education in Nigeria if you can afford it.
If you can afford it,
You will
though.
get very good, and you'll be amazed that it's not even that expensive. Good education is not unattainable. You don't have to put your children. There are schools in Nigeria that are 20 million a term, $10,000 a term. Your child goes to school for 3 terms. You pay $30,000. It's not 1 or 2. It's like 20 schools in Lagos that charge $10,000 and above a term. Some even secondary schools. Some even primary schools. School day, where Even you as a parent, you go panic. And your kids don't have to go to those schools to be well educated. You understand? Nigeria has a safety crisis. We cannot run away from it.
Yeah.
And a healthcare emergency crisis. If they can solve those two things, nobody will be abroad.
Yeah, I think you're right though. If the system can be able to like help people, and also you saying like, you know,
Now,
there's
sorry,
like
before
some
you say
schools
anything,
that
a lot of people are saying how many people can afford it. That
yes,
is a
that's my
conversation.
thing.
But I can tell you, most of the people that live around me can afford it. You understand what you see, when you speak of this Nigeria, just remember that there is a huge population of Nigeria that stays around us here. All of them can afford it. If you can afford, now, if you want to live in my estate, for instance, you don't have to live in a 4-bedroom duplex. That will cost you between 8 and 10 million a year. There are 2-bedroom flats that will cost you half that price. Do you understand? And you will get the 24 hours light, you will get the security, you will get the swimming pool, you can jog around. You understand what I'm saying? So when you say how many people can afford it, that question bothers me because it begs the question, who are you surrounded with? Because if you know how big Lekki is and how big Victoria Island is and how big Banana Island is and from here all the way down, from Victoria Island all the way down to Ajah, there are estates with lovely houses. We are talking of millions of people can afford it. We are talking, literally millions of people live well in Nigeria. Now that is Lagos. When you go to Ibadan, you need even less to live a good life. When you go to places like Jos, you need even less. The only thing there is that security. That's the biggest problem we have in Nigeria. You understand? So when you say how many people can afford it, it's like it's like I'm the only one living here. My estate is even one of the cheapest on this side. There are estates where you pay 20 million naira a year and they are full. You can't get a house in my estate too. I know somebody who has been trying to rent a house for the last 6 months. There's no house to buy. You can't even buy. Who wants to sell? You understand? So it shows that there are lots of people who can afford that basic power, security, safety, crisis situation. If someone says, Tolu Honiki says, what does the statistics say? Forget about the statistics. We are living in Nigeria. If you count the statistics, that means you are now equating yourself with an area boy that is living under a bridge.
Sorry to cut you in.
This young man here that is talking said he has 30-something solar panels on his house. Is he not a human being? Do you understand? So when you now say,
I want you to
look at what Belinda said. Belinda is a lawyer. Belinda said, with or without 30 million, I have chosen to live in Nigeria with the ability to travel anywhere in the world and return. That is a conversation.
The conversation, Dele Momodu said, if you have 30 million naira, and if you're able to work and save 30 million naira in Nigeria.
So why are you talking about the statistics? If somebody has 30 million naira, he's in that 1%.
Okay, now, if you're able to raise 30 million in Nigeria, you can do better and raise to 50 million. It's just, let me tell you something.
30 million is just a start.
Let me just share my own personal experience.
Yeah, that's true though, because I'm agreeing with the guy, Dan. To tell you the truth, 30 million is just a start. To start a business. I know if you can come more successful in Nigeria, if you know the way, if you know the right people, the right business to do, you can become successful in Nigeria. Also, you can actually use that 30 million naira to travel abroad. If you know the right people, mingle with the right person, you can also double or triple that amount if you live abroad too.
Can I say something?
That's what
Sorry,
I'm
somebody
saying.
said something. Somebody said
It's not even
healthcare.
enough.
Somebody said healthcare, ambulance, 0. Ambulance, I agree. Healthcare, no.
Yeah.
Wait, can I?
If you have money, remember that time that you had that problem with your leg, that we
Yeah.
took you to that hospital, that the doctor they used to fly the doctor in every week from, where was he? Where did he used to come from? I think it was the UK
Is it Dublin or?
or Dublin.
Yeah.
It was a doctor used to come in every week or every 2 weeks. So when the doctor comes, he will examine, do whatever procedure he needs to do. Other people are watching you. Then he'll give you a date when he's coming back next. So we had a consultant doctor from the UK taking care of her.
But then you can afford that though. What about those people that cannot afford
If
that?
you have 30 million naira,
Yeah.
do you understand? You see, the argument is not for the area boy living under the bridge. The argument is not for the woman selling gala in traffic. The argument is 30 million naira.
You're able
Can I
to
say
raise
something?
30 million, save 30 million over time.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she said you also said something about that if you have 30 at the same time that if you also have 30 million naira and you go abroad that you can also meet the right people and all of that. I don't feel like it's easy to meet those people the way you can easily meet them in Nigeria.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like the ability
agree
to
with you
network
there, yeah.
and meet people and other people opening doors for you to other people, it works easier in Nigeria. I feel like abroad, I don't know how to explain. I feel like everyone takes themselves way too seriously sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it's not going
They
to be
do.
so easy
That's
for you
true.
to
That's true.
because I met you, that means that I should introduce you to my
Exactly.
friend. Like, no.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like, people
In the
take
UK,
themselves too
Someone
seriously.
was complaining recently that
I think for
people
me,
don't talk. They don't talk. Everybody's just on their
Exactly.
own.
Nobody is going to toast you abroad. Like,
Yeah,
it's
they
so
are not
boring.
talking.
Like, jeez.
They are not talking.
Yeah,
No
you're
one's-
right though. I agree with you based on that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I agree with you based on that. That sometimes you can come abroad with that amount of money and still do not make it. And sometimes if you're lucky enough, because I know some people that
But that's
come
the thing,
abroad
you
and
need
they
so
were
much
really,
more
really
luck.
lucky.
You need so much
Yes.
more luck there.
Yes, that's true.
It's
You
almost
need
it
so
almost
much
feels
luck.
like in Nigeria you just need vibe. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
You just need to be at the right place.
Be at the right place at the right
At the
and
right
with the
time.
right
And
attitude.
something will just click.
And with the right
I think
attitude.
Nigeria,
Because we like respect. I feel like in Nigeria your home training can actually take you places. Abroad nobody really, I don't know, they're not really trying to get to know you on that level.
I think for me, abroad and Nigeria, in this perspective, I think they are relatively the same thing. For me, getting the right investment requires getting the right information and mingling with the right people. So you can come here and luckily for you meet one or two persons that the right persons and can take some to be generating funds. So it's just like you can still have 30 million in Nigeria. Somebody dash you 30 million or something, and you're not able to do the route you're supposed to do. You're not able to do the right thing to actually to put that money. So it's still like that. You could meet some people. So you could register to this course, get this course, and become a consultant. And you start before you know you're already doing what. So it's just the same thing. What I'm just trying to say is that Nigeria is not that bad. People should stop.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. Nigeria is not that bad.
No, let me tell you something. If you look at that Dele Momodu's video, I watched that video and I was looking at comments. People were like, you that you have money, you are telling people not to Japa. Now Japa, people just say all sorts of rubbish. I'm like, fine, nobody saying you should not Japa. What the man is saying is that if you have 30 million, you're able to go 30 million naira. You can do in Nigeria, and the man is to an extent.
Guess
right.
what? In today's exchange rate, 30 million is not even enough. Let's take UK for example. 30 million is not enough to get you to do your masters in the UK. It's not enough. As at a year ago, a friend of mine came to the UK for masters. 30 million was just for proof of funds, and it wasn't even enough. We have not even talked about the school fees. It's not enough. Today's rate, have you checked the rates? It's not enough. It's just a start.
Might not be enough. If your school fees
It's not enough because you could. It's enough to make you some deposits, but what of the balance? You still have to look for job,
So,
and
let me give you my
make it
personal
up.
experience. Let me tell you this personal experience. So when I moved, I feel like I was just going to travel around. I went to Switzerland. I was in Germany. I was in France. I went to some countries. I traveled around Europe countries, and I feel like I was not having fun. When I came back to Nigeria, first 1 week, I was like, wow. You see the number of people that came back during December for Japa, people that came for 30 December. I'm telling you the fact, this year number will times 2 will double. Because people that have Japa between 2020 and now, they've all traveled to some European countries. Where you go there today, just sightseeing. There's no cost fun. It's more of sightseeing. The weather is cold. You see, when we're in Nigeria back then, you see people in Canada, you see the coast.
weather is
I like
something,
Nigeria is too hot. So I tell you, the cold there, the weather is not as nice as the weather in Nigeria. Nigeria weather might be hot, but it's the better off.
No, I'm not even going to say anything about weather because I just feel like they are both like this. It's bad here and it's bad here. Like it's just Jesus, like everywhere.
Do you understand? You cannot compare Nigeria's weather
Nigeria
to
is
like a
hot.
Canadian weather.
Nigerian weather is much better though. You can't
Okay,
even
maybe
argue.
maybe
Somebody
Canada.
has not traveled before, does not lived abroad before, we see Canadian weather, we see the cold, we see minus 18 degrees, minus 12 degrees. Like, I like this cold, I like to be in it. But it's not so. Do you understand? I went to Germany, I was like, I was eating burger, I was like, God, I was just in my room, my hotel room, there was cold everywhere. I went to Switzerland, I was in Basel, I was in Zurich, I was in Stuttgart, I was in Lyon, St. Louis in France. And I felt like, no. And I said to myself, any of my traveling, I'll be coming to Nigeria. I was in Nigeria in August. When I almost never wanted to return back because I had fun. All my
Are you
friends,
reading this
we all go
comment?
back to Nigeria now for
And if you get someone
enjoyment.
that's living in Nigeria
The number
online, we
of people
can't have people
growing.
living abroad talk for
But the
them
thing is that if
when
you
we
not
are
travel
living
before,
in
if you not
Nigeria.
But we are living in Nigeria now. To get people that are living in Nigeria.
you
We are
Are
in
we
Nigeria.
in
I mean, where are we
Monaco?
again? Is this
my mother,
Monaco.
is
my
this
mother will
Egypt?
something. Ejawase Oleakewole Bonze is an Asian proverb. Where you've not been to is what you. Do you understand?
Exactly. Most people that really want to
Look
come
at the number of
abroad,
people that came
they've
back
not
to
been here
Nigeria
before,
That should give
and they've not
that should
given
give
them
you
the
something.
gist.
See the number of persons that came back to Nigeria. Almost all the my friend was here last week. He said, I don't that December. My company was looking for a hotel in Ireland. We could barely see an hotel. We could barely get an hotel to launch some of our international lines that came in. Everywhere was booked in. These are Nigerians. They are mainly Nigerians.
Even me, I wanted to take the family to my usual hotel. I had to book 3 weeks in advance.
Most Nigerians that have traveled abroad, they've stayed to other countries, they've gone to France.
Moving pick now. Yeah, that's where we were for Christmas and Boxing Day.
If you enter France today, you just keep moving around. But I tell you the fact. Say you want to enjoy yourself. You want to enjoy yourself. That Nigeria that they say there's no security. That's everybody still coming back.
It's coming back to
Yeah, that's
look at that number. You don't put this. I can tell you the fact. Why they not go to Jam? Why they not go to Paris? Why they not go everywhere for the holiday?
Also, Nigeria is a place where there's so much fun. You know, you don't need to know people to go visit their houses. But abroad,
you work to enjoy yourself, right? You work to have fun, right? So if you work and you're able to have enough fun, what are you working for? Tell me what you're working for. You work, you make so much money, you make so much pounds, and you make so much dollars, and you really enjoy yourself. That guy in Nigeria,
when you live abroad, you work Monday to Sunday. Actually, if you live abroad, you work Monday to Sunday. You work Monday to Sunday. You barely get like.
All right, somebody from Nigeria wants to come, so I need one person to go.
Yeah, I will go.
Okay, nice thank you so much, my lovely sister. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, pop my money gun. No, if you are watching on TikTok.
My own take is that.
Hold on, sorry, I'm bringing somebody. Just calm down. Let me also sell my market. If you are watching on YouTube, I'll read your chat, super stickers, and super likes. And all of you go to Facebook, search for Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE. Click on today's video, bottom left-hand corner, you will see how to buy my stars. So, I want to bring Sele first. Sele says he wants to join. Pop my money guns, guys. If you're watching on TikTok, Sele, you say you want to join. No send request. Person will come, they find you up and down. You actually send the request. Now my eye no good. When my children show me things, this is how I look at it.
Show you what?
Anything you are showing me, I'll be straining my eyes to look at it. All right, so Sele, you are in Nigeria, right?
Yes, I'm in Nigeria. We're enjoying Nigeria to an extent.
All right, go ahead. Let us hear your contribution.
Hello, guys. So, as the previous lady in the U.S. Army said, it's going to be very difficult for you to live off working in the U.S. on a daily basis. And even if you want to venture into entrepreneurship, you would have a lot of pressure from the rents, from the loans, car loans, and other related loans. And you will be forced in no time into seeking for a remote job or a part-time job in order to help you keep up with life expenses. So I will talk from my own personal experience. I came into Nigeria from a family of business people, Igbo business people, and I started importing goods from China back home. And I can say that I came with as little as 5 million naira as my mom's grant. My mom gave me money to start up a business. So, money in the hand of an unexperienced young man is like chaff. It blows away very quickly. So, after the money blowing away and getting used to Nigerians' corniness and unseriousness and dubiousness,
which is a point.
I got in, like it's as if it's a baptism. They will baptize you first, and where you get in, they will now say, "Oh, you are our guy. We now have to tell you the truth. We now have to lead you in." So I got in and I got an extra grant from my dad that said it was going to be my last chance, and I imported this item for tractor parts. Okay. And once I got it, what it cost me to import those items was precisely 5 million naira. And after I had sold them, I can tell you guys that I made 70 million naira from the deal.
From 5 million naira investment?
From 5 million naira, I grew the money to 70
Yay, Mogbe!
So,
how do we get into this business, baby?
This can't be possible abroad because even though you're making that amount, you are going to pay some taxes. And your taxes are going to be 1/4 or 25%, between 15 to 25% of your income. That's approximately, I wouldn't say I am correct on that. But I made that amount out of importation of spare parts. And once I made that amount, I noticed that there was a different side to Nigeria I did not see, at least to an extent. You understand? And things started going well. And I had the opportunity to venture into other businesses in my line of business. So what, again, gave me an edge is that my parents had branches out of Nigeria, precisely in Benin Republic and in Ivory Coast. So whenever I get to import these items from China, I already have customers that come and buy it. And when I sell it, I don't sell in Naira. The way people are going abroad in order to earn pounds, euro, and dollar, I earn SEPA, for example. And SEPA is 3 times more expensive than Naira. It's 3 times higher than Naira. So once I'm making 10 million or 20 million SEPA, I'm calmly making 60 million Naira. Or thereabout. So,
wow.
What I think Nigeria, precisely, SEPA is around 2,260 Naira. So 1,000 SEPA is 2,260 Naira thereabout.
Wow.
So whenever I am importing, I am focusing on items that my customers out of the country are going to be interested in. And I bring it and I make sales. And Nigeria is good. So I have a lot of friends. Now I have a friend that actually he also watches this life. I have a friend that actually studied petrochemical engineering in the US, and his father begged his father begged him with 100 million naira to come and take over the family business. 6 months in, they asked him if he was going to return back. He said no. Because Nigeria is less stressful. I can sleep and go to work by 10 a.m. without anybody calling me on the phone.
Let me tell you a
My
story.
life is-
Let me tell you a
Yeah.
story. Family friend, she's known them since childhood. The boy went to school in Ireland. I don't want to mention his name, but you know the guy I'm talking about. Went to school, I think London or Ireland, one of those. Very brilliant kid. His father was very brilliant, so the boy took after the dad. Did his what is it called? Undergrad in the UK or Dublin. Did his masters. He was the best graduating student in the school. They offered him free PhD. You know who I'm talking about? They offered him free PhD. The boy said they should wait. He came back to Nigeria. Am I lying? Free PhD. The guy said he wants to come home. He left free PhD and is in this Nigeria with us.
He knew. He had a plan.
So when you see all the, I'm surrounded by all these stories. Do you understand what I'm? As in, the father almost had a baby. That how you have everything on a platter of gold. The guy said no, he wants to be in Nigeria. Full 100% scholarship for his PhD, not part scholarship, 100% scholarship. The guy said they should hold it. So, what I want to say at the end of the day is, your situation is not my situation. My situation is not her situation. Uncle Dele made a point, but I would like to differ from Uncle Dele. Sometimes you can have 30 million and not know what to do with it in Nigeria.
To do with it, yeah, I get to see people.
So it is better you go abroad. You see, my problem with Nigerians, home and abroad, is black and white thinking. Those in Nigeria believe abroad is bad, and those abroad believe Nigeria is bad. You understand what I'm telling you? It might be bad for you,
And not for me.
always remember that in the land where everybody else was farming, Isaac sowed and reaped 100-fold. In a land of famine. You understand? While there was famine during the time of Jacob, Joseph and Pharaoh were thriving.
Of course.
So, do you understand? So what am I trying to say is, sometimes you are in the wrong place, and sometimes you are in the wrong place for now. So people need to evaluate and constantly reevaluate their situations. Do you understand? God forbid you don't want to have an emergency in Nigeria. Trust me, Nigeria can be crazy when it comes to that. But aside that, everything else is fixable. Those are my thoughts, and we're going to take a few more thoughts before we go on a break. Somebody sent me super chats. So normally when they send the super chats, it's always very good to greet them. Uchenna Egbuna, thank you so much for your super chats. Nobody has bought my money guns, even though I have 120 people watching me live on TikTok. Pop my money gun, TikTok people, stop being stingy. And if you're watching on Instagram, go to Facebook, search for Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE. Bottom left-hand corner, on today's video, you see how to buy my stars. So, can somebody leave so I can bring somebody else? Just one person.
Okay, let me go.
Okay, just one person.
Okay.
No, who is leaving? Raise your hand. Who wants to leave?
I'm leaving. I'll leave.
Okay. All right, guys.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I'm not chasing anybody. I just need one person to volunteer, just because I can't bring more than 4 people at the same time.
Okay, I'll volunteer.
All right,
Thank you
brother.
so much.
You are most
Very
welcome.
influential. Daniela, good night.
Good night, brother. Thanks for sharing your story with us.
Sure. Thank you.
So, guys, I'm bringing more people now. Femi Aderogba is joining us. If you are interested in joining the live, we're taking calls only on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Daddy Freeze.
Daddy Freeze, please give me 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
Person send request, they ask for 1 minute.
Daddy Freeze, hold on now.
Oh yeah, quick.
So while he's at it, I want to say something. So people were complaining about the exchange rate last year because it peaked to closely 1,850 to the dollar. But I was enjoying the exchange rate to an extent because the higher the dollar goes to the naira, the higher SEFA is. So I was enjoying it to an extent too. So I think what people ought to think about is what business can I do to attract, even if it's not global people to buy, but neighboring countries to patronize as well. So that's another thing I want to say.
Okay, Daddy Freeze, let me just say this last thing so I can leave and you can bring other persons as well. So,
all right, Femi, we are waiting for you. Adulling us.
Okay, why before Femi comes? So for me, I would like to say that abroad, Western world is a level playing ground. Western world can help you achieve so much in a short while. You can buy a house because even your rent might be equivalent to your mortgage. What you're paying for your mortgage can be exactly what you're paying for your rent. So you could own a house, you could drive a car, you just pay little by little. You could buy the latest iPhone today. iPhone 16 is out. You could buy it. You pay over 3 years. You pay exactly the same amount you're going to pay if you're paying that same day, which I don't think is in Nigeria. You could be paying just maybe £36 monthly for an iPhone 16. So you could live the life you want to live abroad. The justice system works, security works, healthcare and the rest of that. However, what Dele Momodu said, there is still facts in it. If you are able to raise 30 million in Nigeria and you're able to do a business that's raised to 30 million in Nigeria, I think you don't need to start scamping around or say it must Japa. You need to think it twice if it's really what you want to do. But if you're not doing well, maybe for security reasons, I have a friend that came here because he lost his wife for security reasons and the trauma has affected him and he had to come. That is fair enough. So if you have your personal challenge, you need to move for security reasons or for some other kind of reasons, it's fine. But if you're doing well, your business is fine. For me, I think Dele Momodu, what he said, there's a good. He's made a point with that as well. I'm going to leave now so you could bring other persons that the phrase. Thank you. Thanks for having me, that phrase, and thanks for everyone. Thank you, everyone.
God bless you. Femi Aderogba, over to you. God bless you, brother. Thank you so much. Femi Aderogba, over to you.
All right. Good evening, Daddy Freeze.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, Daniela.
Good evening.
How are you doing today? Well, I've listened to all sides, and one thing I realized, just like Yoruba, you got over the and you come and you know me, meaning that what seems right in front of you can actually appear wrong in front of others. Actually, I tried to check the headline that really got the criticism. Is all about the fact that Dele Momodu said, if you have 30 to 40 million naira in Nigeria and you think you are poor, then you are MAD man. And I think he now went to say those who actually spend millions to relocate abroad with their family. If I actually have to treat that statement according to how he said it, actually, if we consider the World Bank definition of poverty, and what Uncle Dele said, I think Uncle Dele was totally right, saying that if you have 30 million naira or 40 million naira and you think you are poor, then you are MAD. So I can agree with him 100%. So he wrote that out of existing economic data. However, when it comes to the subject matter of going abroad, I think to me, is relative. Individual experiences, individual encounter will determine what they are going to do and what they are not going to do. Now, To the subject matter of having 30 million naira, let's first talk about what is obtainable in Nigeria. At least I have 3 friends who were doing well before they traveled, but I know one of them that became a victim of road security agent. I'm talking about the KINAPPER.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
And honest, at the end of the day, 30 million naira was just like 3,000 naira. Because being a victim of these people, not only make you to lose your savings, it can also force you to even liquidate. And if care is not taken, it can also make you even be beggar. Now, if look at he was able to find his way out of the den, but trust me sincerely, immediately he was able to escape or find his way after paying those money. It's not an advising that will really make him to see that he has to still keep continue doing business in Nigeria and stuff like that. Number 2, I have the experience of the guy who was doing well in Lagos. He has all box, and the Buhari regimes were working with. Please, bro, can you mute your mic so that my like the guy was, he has 3 trucks, and his wife was actually working in one of the big great organization here in Nigeria. I don't want to mention the name, and the wife was actually earning $1 million. But over time, when our guy, when Uncle Buhari came in and he started changing several policies, and COVID-19 came in, honestly, the sales, truck sales that was that was booming, everything just was not exciting again. And if you actually evaluate his trucks, at least if they are going to worth millions of naira, 3 trucks. If somebody has 3 trucks in Nigeria, that's a lot. But the unpredictable business climb in Nigeria made him not to have choice than to liquidate those trucks and find his way out of the system. Don't forget, I said his wife was also earning above 1 million naira. So some people are doing well in Nigeria, but because of the unpredictable government policy that can make you from being rich to being poor, make some people to actually decide leaving Nigeria. Then the 3rd one was actually practicing in IT, and he was doing well. The only reason why he felt he needs to leave Nigeria doing well is just because of the fact that IT in Nigeria is not really a booming industry as the media want to make it to look like. If you look at it, if you take Jumia out, if you take Konga out, if you take all those e-commerce out, and you take Neraland, Sheun Oshewa out of the system, bring out other guys who are really tech guys, which the industry is actually assisting. Because of that, this guy does not have choice, despite the fact that he was working and he was doing business and is making well. He just don't have choice than to reposition himself and be in Sena Klein. So I think based on this 3 case study, I want to say that you can have 30 million naira in your account, and you may decide to actually leave the country because of the business environment that is highly unpredictable. Now, where I want to support Mr. Dele Momodu is that some people, if they spend 30 million naira on visa processing, if it does not work well, the first case, you can disagree with me, is subjective to individual opinion. The first case is that, are you so sure that 30 million naira can even take you to where you are going? And are you so sure that if you spend that 30 million naira to Japa, are you so sure that you can eventually get the life you were actually looking for? So the answer is that only few people are able to liquidate their property at home, go abroad, and they are really feeling great over there. So, and I think that is where the perspective where Uncle Dele was coming from, that there are individuals who actually liquidated their property, who liquidated their career, who forfeit their career at home, and they get there and they were not doing fine. So if you are so sure that if you spend 30 million naira to Japa and you cannot really see the certainty of moving on over there, trust me sincerely, Japa is not really worth it, because you can end up being broke, and you can and even the shame of coming back home may even cause depression. So I think I actually want to agree with Mr. Dele Momodu there. But the problem there, where he got the critics, was because he was struggling to really put it in relative terms. It was too absolute with his statement. So that absolute speech he made really attract criticism, and that was where it went wrong. If we have put it in a relative term, trust me sincerely, Uncle Dele could have made a very good speech. And there are so many people who has lived in this country, like the Money Point guy, is still living fine and is making money even in the tech world. But the question is still the problem of probability. How many Nigerians can travel on Nigerian road? I'm not talking of Lagos to Ibadan. Go to Ilorin to Kano, go to Benin, Ondo to Benin. How many people who are doing well can travel those routes safely and they can really feel secure about it? How about the accident on our road? You can even be on a Nigerian road, all this truck of a thing. We've seen so many people that the truck of a thing have even crushed on Nigerian road. So that's why I said, to me, it is individual thing. It is not absolute. It is highly relative. If you want to Japa, be so sure you will not hang where you are going. And at the same time, if you don't want to Japa, always ensure that you have something to leverage upon if your business got shaken by the unpredictable government policy in the country. And that would really be my own little contribution to the subject matter.
Hello, please, I would love to say something, DF, as regards to the friend he made mention of. So, Mr. Femi, good evening again. Every environment has what we call environmental instability, even in the US, that we talk about. There's what we call can you let me talk?
No, you will talk. Not. Please, not you, please. Just 1 minute. MD Abbas, is it MD Abbas? You said, yes, Mr. Ted Abbas. Sorry, I will talk and I will not interrupt you. You said there are more crashes on Nigerian road than there are more crashes on American road than Nigeria. Femi has no clue. Mr. Abbas, maybe I have to give you a simple reminder. I study transport technology.
God bless you.
I have access to transport data than you. And I can tell you in all honesty that when you consider the probability of experiencing accident on Nigerian road and the statistic, it is more in Nigeria than America. So don't talk like someone who's not educated. So sorry, Ms. Mayoga, you can talk and I will not interrupt you.
So as I was saying, every climate or every environment comes with its different instabilities. So as regards to what COVID did to your friend that was into trucking, I sell truck spare parts, you understand? And I can tell you for sure that while businesses closed in Nigeria, businesses closed in the US too. While other businesses also boomed, just like the ventilator business, just like the nose mask business, it boomed in the US. But some other business crushed in Nigeria as well, and some others boomed. So what am I going to say about that? It was a global issue, you understand, and it affected everybody. So we can't use it as a pedestal to say that Nigeria is either better or, better to stay in or abroad is better going to. The second thing I want to say is right now, the trucking industry is booming exceptionally in Nigeria. The trucking industry is moving greatly, you understand? So people Nigeria has a way of filtering people. That's another thing in business. In Nigeria, once you are in business and the business gets a hit, what happens is the whales get to swallow other fishes and they grow bigger while other business disappear. So you have to understand that every environment comes with uncertainty. That's one. And the more uncertain an environment is, the more money you make in that environment. I can tell you for sure.
Yeah,
The more uncertain.
Somebody just sent me $20 on Super Chats. Let me give the person a big shout out. I can't see the person.
think carefully to
Jalaski, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much, Jalaski. Big shout out to you. Yeah, continue, guys.
My brother, if you listen carefully to me, I said one thing. I said this subject matter is an individual thing. Trust me, two people can be in the same industry. One can be doing very well. The two can even be doing well. Something can happen to the other. So that's why I said when I started, I said this subject matter is really an individual thing. You cannot really explain this without understanding different people's realities. So I'm not saying that the Nigerian business industry is not booming, but I'm saying that there are some people that it was booming for, but something happened and they really decide to be in a stable environment than the other. Ted Bass, you said you study in America, transport, whatsoever. You don't really sound like someone that studied transport. The reason why I said that is that you cannot do data analysis in transport and you will not understand what they call comparative analysis or geographic study of transport issues in different.
See plenty book.
You will, because maybe
I'm paying all my bills. People I'm owing. The bank finally started working
remotely in different schools.
I just wanted everybody to have their opinion.
So what I'm saying, I can tell you in all honesty. So if you very write 20,000 dissertation, that you study abroad does not really mean you know it. The data are there. So let me not, you don't get me distracted. So my point, my Oga, is that I agree with everything. 100%. You are totally correct with your point and your reality. So I wouldn't want to argue your reality. My point just remains that Uncle Dele wouldn't have actually gotten that huge criticism if he had not made the mistake of putting his statement in absolute. That's the first problem people have when they are putting statement out there. If you are too absolute what you say and you are not controlling demographics,
I always put things in absolute.
Yes.
You are going to actually enter into a logical error. The problem is about logical error. Why you are hearing your opinion, but what he has said is still true. There is element of critical reality into it. He's talking based on what exists, but we cannot take it like, oh, everybody, if you have 30 million naira, you have to stay in Nigeria. Different thing for different people. But if you feel you don't want to Japa, trust me sincerely that the face is doing well. As you see that the face like this, that the face won't get money past Tinubu, that the face is just the form for us. So so the honest truth is that he is living comfortable in Nigeria. And he even talked about his daughter that is doing fine in Nigeria. So it's not something we can just impose the reality on people. So 30 million naira is a lot of money, but at the same time, in some business world, if you lose 30 million naira, I watched Femi Otedola documentary. I don't know if you have actually watched the documentary. When Femi Otedola was talking about the oil deal he had, and why they were trying to bring the fuel into the country. I think the internationally, the price of crude oil just went down like that. And that got him into debt. And Femi Otedola now said that if not for government intervention, he wouldn't have been able to offset those debts. Now, going back to COVID-19, don't forget, we all have friends abroad. Some people who were actually doing well abroad, or no, not doing well, who were actually living abroad. One thing there is that during the COVID-19, the citizens, Nigerian citizens abroad, they were able to get support from the government. The question is, you and I, when they lock us home, apart from that, the free that is making millions of naira from Instagram, how many people who are actually doing business physically were able to get the support from the government at that hour? You will tell me that some people actually get You will tell me that some people actually get the airport, but let's go to the statistics. Is it up to 70% of Nigerians or is it 20%? If it's 70%, that's a good deal. But I'm very sure that it's less than 50%, and that's a fail. So government is not also helping matter in time of emergency. When people are broke, it is very hard. The entrepreneurs, it is very hard for them to actually bounce back, considering that the system does not really have such buffer for them to really bounce back. Like I said, my argument is not absolute. You can contest my point. I am very open to criticism as far as my point is concerned.
Thank you so much. We would like to end it here because I can't bring anyone else. Instagram has decided to behave like Instagram, and we are locked. And also, Yella is a bit bored, I can tell.
No, actually, I was enjoying everything that
Are
he
you
was
sure?
saying. Yeah,
Femi is a brilliant guy.
exactly. I don't know how some people are not understanding what he's saying.
Femi he broke it down.
Yeah,
he broke
he
it down.
did. He
He
really
broke it
did.
down.
I don't
The
pay
the
enough
sad
to
thing is
understand.
the sad thing is I can't bring any. Should we continue with the conversation for 30 more minutes? But I'll have to end Instagram and come back. Do you guys
Yes,
want
we
us to continue?
Would rather you end and come back.
Let me
Yeah,
just
you
add,
rather
but not
come
more than 30 minutes because even me, I'm tired. Guys,
Yeah.
let me get 10 yeses and we continue. If I don't get 10 yeses, 10 yeses and some money guns, I'm not coming back. 10 yeses. 1 yes, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
Let Femi keep boring us. Tolu Honiki. Was Femi boring?
No, he was
It wasn't
not
boring.
at all.
No, he wasn't boring. He wasn't boring.
He wasn't boring. I don't
But the
agree with you,
truth is,
Tolu.
I feel like people just don't like English.
Do you know why you're going to your arguments are gonna win? It's because we have a little bit of leadership issue in Nigeria, and that's really what is affecting us. You understand? You see, I clearly shut up when you spoke about the inability of the government to come to the rescue of struggling businesses during COVID. You literally shut me up there. So I couldn't say anything again.
My brother, sorry, you know, that girl that said I was boring is actually Tolu, and I understand why she's saying so. She's actually paying me back. So it's a payback moment for me. So that's why she made that statement. So
Okay, so you people's personal love life.
no.
All right, you guys can keep your love life at home and don't bring it here and come and use it to stress us. Okay, Femi and Tolu. Tolu. All right, so since everybody's saying yes, 30 more minutes. I'll end the live and come right back so that we may continue the conversation. Guys, send me requests when as soon as the live comes back, so I don't waste time looking for people up and down where you are not lost. And while the live is coming back, you can go to YouTube, you can go to YouTube, Facebook, or TikTok and go and patronize my business so I can continue staying in Nigeria. Thank you very much. We come back in 2 minutes. Sure.
I thought it made sense.
Okay.
He said Femi is boring us.
No, Femi's a smart guy.
A little aggressive.
Yeah. Femi can be, but I love him. He's been with us forever. With my chat people. Done. Share. Hey. How do I don't want this phone to buy. So how do I okay. Is it overheating? It's hot, no problem. I'll put it up here anyway so that it can be charging. All right, and then I'll have to plug this one in. See, this is the beauty of this particular.
Is that power bank?
Mm-hmm.
It's so tiny.
It's not a power bank, it's the connection for the mic we're using. So if I don't go and look for your mom now, she will not come and know that it's time to rest. Work all day, work all day. And I quarrel, she go still quarrel me. Meanwhile, I want us to watch a movie. All right, so we go back.
Are we back?
Almost. Oh wow, somebody sent me $10. Yay, yay, yay. Olalekan Adekoya. Olalekan Adekoya. Thank you so much. All right, we're coming back. Welcome back, guys. I can see you guys are enjoying the conversation. Chupavon is greeting you. Big shout out to Olalekan Adekoya. He bought my super chat, super stickers. Olalekan Adekoya. Thank you very much.
Good evening, Mr. Shupo.
Good evening, everyone. So I'm bringing people, guys. Send your requests, please. Femi Aderogba, I'm bringing you back. Let's have some women. We've had a male. Today is Women's Day, if I'm correct.
Yeah, happy Women's
Happy
Day.
Women's Day, everybody. Women, come and talk. Women, come and talk.
Hi, Daddy Freeze.
Hi, how are you doing? I want
I'm
to see if I can
alright.
add one more woman. This is Women's Day. Women, where are you, eh?
Celebrating Women's Day.
Okay, well, I have one woman. That's why I brought her today, Women's Day. Yay! I tried for women. Pop my money gun if you're watching on TikTok. The conversation continues. If you have 30 million naira, should you jackpot or should you stay in Nigeria? Back to Femi Aderogba.
Okay.
What are your thoughts? We're on only for 30 minutes and I'm actually timing. Go ahead,
All
Femi.
right. And another point there is even regarding the educational standard, because I remember that if we talk about educational standard, and yes, you will not really see the loophole in Nigerian educational system until maybe one reach the graduate level. For instance, it's widely known that if you actually want to maybe do your master's abroad, you cannot spend more than 18 months. But in Nigeria, 18 months is unrealistic. Now, people actually want to be researchers, and their qualification is actually hinging on that. Trust me sincerely, you may not mind using your 20 million naira to go abroad and study, because Nigeria, let me be mindful of what I will say, because I still have a long way to go. Our educational system has a way of naturally limiting you. And you will realize that you are trying to make progress, but you are still revolving around a point. So some people genuinely, I'm not talking about people who also japa through academic route. Some people actually genuinely leave Nigeria because of educational reasons. The only problem we are having is that because we have so many people who are japping with education, we feel like, so you cannot japa because of education. Education alone is a reason. If I have my way, if I have 30 million naira, honestly, I would prefer to go and do my PhD in America or in UK than in Nigeria, because there is a way the system try to retard you. So if you are good for a genuine purpose, honestly, it is not really bad. But if you are going there because you want to use it to Japa and you are not so sure of the afterlife, I think it's not really important. But if you don't mind having a BSc, 30 million naira is enough to start something in Nigeria, and it's enough to actually really do well in Nigeria. However, for me, and I would now say it, for me, if I have 30 million naira and I have offer to do PhD abroad, I will rather use that 30 million naira to move, because I know even if I have the PhD abroad, I know that will even still open more opportunities for me than in Nigeria, because I know even some what's it called, free DF has been giving me, even Nigerian abroad, they have a way of even pricing you down. That's also another thing. Nigeria can even be limiting. Carrying Nigerian identity sometimes can even limit you in one way or the other. So, but to me, so that my sister can talk, Happy Women's Day, Women's Day, International Women's Day, so that she can actually hear her opinion. To me, I still believe this matter is an individual thing. Just that when we are talking about Japa thing, let's try to put relativity into it, so that we will not just, think that is our own reality that is the most superior, or we think there is another person's reality that is more superior. I rest my case. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, my sister. What are your thoughts?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you, Daddy Freeze. At least I've been trying to be on your live, but thank you for this opportunity. I'm going to rush. I'm at work. When I saw the topic, I always see similar topics like this. Good evening, my brother. Good evening, my sister. I always see similar topics like this. You're talking, I would like to, come in and give my 10 cents, but most times my requests are not, accepted. So I just want to add to what Femi is saying. Femi, what you're saying is perfectly, online. I hear some people say it's better to be in Nigeria. Everything is individual process, on individual basis. I did mechanical engineering. I have my master's in mechanical engineering in Nigeria. My husband is an environmental engineer. When we left Nigeria, my husband was a flag bearer in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, local government chairman. Everybody was saying, oh, first lady, first lady. That time was when I said I wanted to leave Nigeria. I lost my first son, 2006. He was a twin. I lost one of my twin son right in front of the doctor, the nurses were there. They were watching me. I was in labor. They said, oh, this is not labor, this is not labor. They were watching me. I lost my son right before my eyes. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. That was when I said I would leave Nigeria. Everything about Nigeria got soured for me. My husband we were not very rich, but my husband was okay. I used to work with Ministry of Transport. But I said, I don't want first lady, I want to leave Nigeria. And ever since I left Nigeria, my life has been, even though my husband is here as a politician, he's always, all his mind is Nigeria, Nigeria, Nigeria. I say, go to Nigeria, I'm not going. I'm staying here with my kids. There's a lot of opportunities.
But don't you think that's because of your particularly traumatic situation?
My traumatic situation, not only that, but the security. They have a lot of advantages. It's not necessarily the money. The money, I'm going to come into the money aspect. I have my master's in mechanical engineering, but my husband didn't let me work, in a corporate place. He said, you have to work with the ministry, as a wife. I was working in Ministry of Transport, but I'm somebody that wants to do something for myself. When I need something, I don't have to go to my husband, give me this, give me this. But since I came to America, now, I work, my husband works, I contribute to the family.
So you dragged your husband that is a successful businessman in Nigeria. You dragged him abroad.
Yes, I'm telling, not only successful businessman, my husband was the flag bearer of PDP chair. They wanted to give him chairmanship in Nigeria. I'm telling you.
So if you took your husband, who is now going to fix Nigeria?
No, see,
your husband try you, follow you. Me, I for just allow you go marry young wife for Nigeria where I did.
I don't care. At that
they
point,
push my.
Yes, I don't care, and I never regretted it.
Where did you move to?
Now, we are in New York.
Is New York really safer than Nigeria?
Of course, Daddy Freeze.
I
see, Daddy Freeze.
I'm not saying America in general. New York. Where do you live in New York? Where do you live in New York?
I live in Yonkers. I live in Yonkers City. in
Because
New York.
Queens, they New York, if I remember correctly.
Queens is very safe. Queens is very, very safe in New York. There are places that are not, some parts of Bronx, but I live in New York, some parts of Bronx, but New York is, I'm very happy. Before the first 2 years, my husband was frustrated, the life was.
How do you take a PDP flag bearer in his country and move him abroad to another man's country?
For 1 year, my husband's family shut me off. Nobody spoke to me. Nobody did because they were not happy. I took their brother.
You have unnatural control over your husband. It's not Femi.
No,
if you are PDP flag bearer, will you leave and follow your wife?
No, I think what you asked her is
No,
you don't
let me
regret
tell
it.
you the
You
reason.
didn't ask her if her
Now,
husband.
No, I understand you going. I don't understand your
Yeah.
husband following you.
see what happened. See what happened. My
Sorry, hold
husband-
on. I want to ask this man, will you follow your wife that kind of waka?
To abroad.
Yes.
And when I get that, if that ticket is 100% guaranteed, I would rather
See that
Even if the ticket is 50% guaranteed.
50% guaranteed.
Tickets.
But she made it, and that's what made it controversial. She was talking about the encounter she had with her twin kids. That make it very hard to really take a good a yes or no. But obviously, if I have 100%, I'm going to plead with her that please let me get this ticket. When I get this ticket and I get this position, then you can go abroad. I would rather use that route than the other route. But like I said, it's individual thing. Honestly,
it's individual thing. It's individual thing. Because my husband was earning money in Nigeria. I was an engineer, but I was not working. I was working in ministry. They were paying
So
me
you
like
took a
50,000.
decision for that favored you, but did not favor your husband, and you dragged your husband into it.
No, Daddy Freeze, at this point now, he can now go to Nigeria and do his politics.
Oh, after
because
you
he
think
has
it's like saying, and now Linda Ikeji can go and do a Linda Ikeji's blog. Who is doing blog again? Once you don't miss something for this life, you don't miss and be that.
No, never miss him. He never miss him. He never miss him. Do you know that my husband, nothing that they talk for here when they listen, when they're interested in as much as we are doing well here, but he's sponsoring, he's doing some empowerment in his community. Last time, you know what is going on in Port Harcourt? Now he said, he can go back to Port Harcourt. He works with Wiki. He said, I can go back to Port Harcourt. Now he's more comfortable, he's more relaxed, his family is safe. I don't mind if he wants to do his politics in Port Harcourt, he can do it, but I'm perfectly
So,
fine.
in all honesty, you dragged your husband to a place that does not favor him.
The first 2 years.
Just know that your husband loves you. Most men will leave
me.
you. I'm telling you.
If it's that one, he loves me, but he saw what I was saying. The first 2 years, it was really frustrating for him, but not for me and my kids.
Share the see.
Every day
Femi, share the see.
He was saying, I don't know why I came here. I want a menial job, this, that. I said, let us settle down.
Imagine a governorship aspirant doing menial work.
Daddy Freeze, yes. He was doing menial work because at that time we didn't have papers.
You know, thing about women.
Yes.
Women is that when they get emotional about something, no matter how logical you can be,
Actually, sure.
your logic will not just.
That what? That the guy followed her.
Not even that. Like,
No,
I don't know
Daddy
how
Freeze,
I wouldn't. I don't know how I would ask you to do such
I
a
told you,
thing.
my
Do
husband is a
understand?
certified wedding inspector. Let's keep politics aside. He's a certified wedding inspector. He did all his courses in Florida.
Is that?
But
That's not sacrifice. Sacrifice for what?
Wedding inspector.
no, but Daddy Freeze.
Hold on.
Did you say
Sacrifice
wedding
for
inspector?
what? You see, when you are doing poorly, I understand. Do you get? When you are doing poorly, I understand. I have a friend who almost lost his oil company job in Nigeria because of this Canada relocation. Carrying wife and children go Canada. Went to Canada for 2 years. Do you know what saved him? He took an extended leave of study. So he did not quit. Last time we saw it was like, Baba, I thank God every day that I did not quit.
Daddy Freeze, sorry,
He
I want
took
to
an
ask you
extended leave of study to go and study abroad
this. Study
in Canada
Okay.
because his wife was there. Baba, after the frustration, he ran back. He said that he would have run mad if he didn't have his job. So when he came back to the
That
job,
is
because he
it.
came back with more degrees and this, he got promoted. Baba, he say even that one way in family they do, it ends when he turns 50. Everybody's coming back home, plus family, plus
Yes.
everybody. So you see, my sister here, when you take somebody out of where they are thriving because of a decision that you took, I'm sorry, I know you might not like me much after this,
No,
but
it's okay. For
but
what?
you are too much in control of that marriage.
No, Daddy Freeze.
I'm
Let me tell
telling
you. If you
you,
see my husband,
most
no, see, my
men,
husband is from
no, you
Rivers.
see, when a
Not
man
from
loves a
Rivers
woman, hold on, when a man loves a woman, and the woman knows that the man loves her, he gets the kind or get the way the woman go throw, give him, the man go collect him
No,
out of
no, Daddy
love.
Freeze.
No,
No,
I'm
I
telling
didn't do
you,
that
because my wife
yes,
says she's
yes.
going, listen, if my wife says she's going abroad and she must go abroad, I will follow her. I'm stuck because I don't want my marriage to spoil. But I will follow her and be miserable.
Yeah.
I will follow her and
It
be
was, I told him,
miserable. And that is
but
not
Daddy
sacrifice. He's doing well. He was
Yes,
almost a
again,
flag
he's
bearer in
doing
Nigeria.
well. Yes,
Why did he
yes,
have to
but Daddy
gamble
Freeze.
that? Then he's now
But Daddy
coming back
Freeze.
again to the same Nigeria. My sister, if I were to be
see.
honest with you, the family did not talk to you for 2 years. You said it with your own mouth. Because the family
now-
felt.
Yes, because they felt that, oh, this opportunity was going, but now everybody is fine. They're enjoying what, that sacrifice we did that time.
They are managing it. I pray you never divorce. If you divorce, they will tell you some real truths.
Just
No. But Daddy Freeze, it's not like I pushed him to come. It's not like
You see, you didn't push him. All you need to do is say you are going. That's all. A man that, you see, sometimes and when men have many girlfriends with their marriage, it's an advantage because if the wife says she they go, the man will tell her and say no problem, go they send her money. But when a man is in love with a woman, sometimes he takes painful decisions that will not favor him on the long run.
Daddy Freeze, when you say somebody we are not that rich. There is the kind of money you will have.
It doesn't mean he had a good thing going on. You don't have to be that. You see, let me tell you, my sister, you have unresolved trauma. That your trauma is what you lost a child. People lose children even in America.
I know.
Let me tell you, you don't realize that, if you are going to lose that
I
child.
remember what happened to mommy when
Yes.
she was.
Let me tell you my wife's story. We wanted to go and give birth to baby Freeze in Romania. Because of the Romanian passport, because healthcare in Romania is very good, blah, blah, blah. All my sisters had their kids in Romania and they all had fantastic things to say. We were going on Monday to the embassy to get taste buds visa. She was 7 months or 6 months pregnant. You understand? It was far. Friday, she had placenta abruption. 80% of the case, placenta abruption, both the mother and the child go. Sometimes the child will not survive. I just met a friend of mine whose wife had the same problem. The child did not survive. The wife survived. You see, in this life, if God they guide your step, no run past God. We're looking for a house. We're looking for a house in Port Harcourt. So my wife saw this house and the house was very nice. But the only problem was we had to buy our own generator. And me, I've lived in estate all my life. I used to live in Cool FM, then I moved to 1004. So I don't know how to drag generator. I don't know how to buy diesel. So there was another house. The house it had a generator, but we had to buy diesel. So I was like, instead of buying generator, I think the house that already has a generator is the better house. You understand? So my wife was like, yeah, the house was small. My mother-in-law was like, she doesn't like houses where if you want to park, if anybody wants to go out, they now start reversing cars one by one because we had a very narrow parkway. So if anybody wants to go out, they'll come and call you. Now start removing your cars one by one. Do you understand? So, but me, I was like, I don't like stress in my life. So I was like, let's pick this house without picking. It was very cute, very nice, but small. Guess what? Opposite the house was a maternity hospital. So Taste Boss was like, should I not just go and register in this maternity that I just, as in, you don't understand. You open our house gate, cross the road. The road is not as wide as this room. The road cannot take 2 cars or barely take 2 cars. And the next gate is the maternity. Very big hospital. So I was like, thank God. So my wife used to use her leg to cross the road into the maternity hospital to go and do her checkup. You know, normal every Thursday. That is how I was in Lagos. She was in Port Harcourt. She just entered. She just had placenta abruption. They just carried her like that, bleeding. Downstairs, cross the road, into the hospital, straight there. Luckily, the owner of the hospital was a consultant. He was about to travel. He just came back to the hospital. The next day, they started calling pediatrician. Now, so they born baby freeze premature. If we had gone to that Romania, I'm not sure he would have made it. Because we were supposed to go to Abuja for interview. She for give birth for plane or for airport. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Even if we had landed in the UK and that thing happened at the airport, I'm not sure they should have been able to survive. Even in America. Imagine it happened in the air. Because she was not due. She was far from due. This is not you are going to give birth in 1 month. She had a full 2 months. So what if you see? So what I'm trying to tell you is it can happen to anybody.
I know that is freeze. I just said that. I said that's one of the reasons, not all the reasons.
Okay, so what is all the reason that you drag the man abroad?
Like, you can't compare the safety over here to Nigeria. And not only that.
Not New York.
There are a lot of... Daddy Freeze, let me tell you something. Daddy Freeze, let me tell you something. If you have smart kids, I'm sorry to say it, if you have smart kids abroad, just go and sleep. My kids, they go to Catholic school. They go to private school. They are all on scholarship. You can't do that in Nigeria. You cannot do that in Nigeria. When I see people, they say, you see that Canada, your friend came, I say, oh, thank God, I have my 2 siblings are in Canada. They are doing extremely well. We are 5 girls, 1 boy. Our only boy was in Nigeria. I said, okay, there's this program that came for Canada. I said, I'm going to pay for this program. It's for IT. My brother studied that program and he left for Canada. As soon as he got there, 3 months, he got a job. He bought his house. Within that year, he bought his house. He's doing this. Everything is based on individual and, what you want for yourself. Nigeria, if you have money, you will enjoy Nigeria. But that safety is not there. That level playing ground is not there. Nigeria is for the extremely rich, not for the middle class. It's for the extremely rich. If you're not extremely rich, your family is not going to be comfortable. That's the truth. Even if my husband spent 4 years, my husband can spend 4 years as a local government chairman. After the next 4 years, if nothing to hold hand, you go back to that your poor life. But here, you have that stability.
So why is he coming back home? My sister, why is he coming back home?
No, that is right. He's not coming back home to live. I said now, his politics, he can go and do his politics and come back, but his family is here. It's not like he's relocating to Nigeria. Even if you dash him Nigeria, he will not take it. Because he has seen the difference. Everybody has their experience.
After you have ruined his opportunity in Nigeria.
I feel like the difference is that
you have ruined his opportunity.
I did not ruin his opportunity.
I swear.
I wouldn't say that, but I feel like the difference.
Let's have Belinda. Belinda, over to you. Belinda, you are not showing. Please, come and talk. Oh yeah, Belinda, over to you. You are muted.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello, Femi, Daddy Freeze, Daniela, and Madam.
Hello,
Sorry, I didn't get your name.
Joy.
Yes. Okay, so Daddy Freeze, for me, this issue of jack buying is very personal. and everybody here has agreed that it's very personal. And I think I had commented earlier that with or without the 30 million mark, I don't know where that conversation came from, but from Dele Momodu, obviously, I would choose to live, or I have chosen to live in Nigeria. That is because it suits my current ambition or ambitious pursuit. People go abroad for different reasons. People go abroad because the career path that they are choosing or that they have chosen have better opportunities there. And then people go to maybe build up their families. People go because Nigeria is really not favoring a lot of people, quote and unquote. So people just go to try their hands on one or two things overseas. But I have come to realize that if you should live in Nigeria with everything that is going on in Nigeria, then you are among the toughest of the tough, because it's a choice that you have made regardless of the inefficiencies to a large extent, the inefficiencies in government and governance, and the recalcitrant behavior of many of us or many Nigerians. So I will not say going abroad is the best option or staying in Nigeria is the best option. We have all agreed that it's very personal. For me, I would stay in Nigeria regardless of whether there's money or there's no money. It suits what I want for myself and the life that I'm pursuing. So I'll stay here regardless. The people that I look up to the most, my mentors, and the kind of life that I envision for myself has to be lived in Nigeria. There are challenges. There are challenges, we know it. I'm hearing there are a lot of, the comments on security. It's unfortunate, but that's where we are. And if every good head left Nigeria, we already know that the issue.
Thank you. Like this, my auntie that carried her husband away. You see, my sister, I have no problem with you going.
All day.
I have no problem with you going, but dragging that innocent man with you.
But the freeze not kill me, I beg.
So if all the good people left, all the talented people left, let's just know that we're stuck with the state of the nation. It will only deteriorate.
We'll visit Nigeria. We'll visit.
Yes, that's your choice. Some of us need to stay here and ensure that.
Some of us, including your husband needed to stay. I want him to watch this video. You had no business following her. You should have stayed. I married a younger wife.
He's happier.
That is so saying that.
I'm joking, no. I'm joking. But you see, that thing where you do it, if to say you do it for me, one day I go just drink sniper, give you, because you've ruined my whole life. I swear.
No,
you will just come house, you will just see notes where I write you.
No, I'm not really.
Your husband get mine, though.
Politics is not a guarantee.
Nothing in life is a guarantee.
It's not a guarantee. But that is free. See, if you do that in chairman, if you do chairman finish, I don't see a lot of chairmen. After 4 years, they go back. If you don't manage yourself, you see those people.
If you go abroad and you don't manage yourself, you still also enter problem.
Yeah, but that was his personal ambition. Don't you think that he has changed?
God bless you. I swear, Belinda, if he buy you beer this night, everybody they fear to talk this thing. You shortchange him of his personal ambition. I swear. Somebody needs to say it. And Femi is sitting on the fence. Sorry, my love. Sorry. This thing that I'm saying, Femi knows what I'm saying. Femi, you know that I'm telling you the truth. God bless you, Belinda.
He can. You know why I say he can do that?
You made a man shortchange himself.
No,
it's painful.
He did not lose the opportunity. No, you know why? Because he's somebody that is so in depth into what he's doing. He's a politician. When he's here, anything he's talking about is Nigeria politics. I tell him, when he even invests in Nigeria, he's here, he's doing his investment in Nigeria.
Shay, can you not read in between the lines?
When he came here, when he started his investment before we bought house here.
So why exactly is he abroad?
Now, let me tell you something.
Abroad now.
Abroad because of the safety. Not only that, not for him.
Is it his safety?
Or your safety?
For the family safety, not for my safety, for the family safety. Like I told you, see, I said politics he can do at any time. He's here. He has people that he's sponsoring.
Sorry for interjecting, but are you saying that
so
he
there
can
are
do
people that
politics
he's
at any time?
sponsoring.
Yes,
he's rich enough to sponsor other people.
I agree that he may have the opportunity to do politics at any time. But what happens to your safety at the time he would choose politics? Are you not concerned about your safety?
I will visit, maybe if I'm relocating to Nigeria, maybe when I've retired or I want to, base in Nigeria. I'm not going to live
Now,
in
this
Nigeria.
is about you. You're considering how it favors you.
Oh, God.
Thank you.
To Nigeria,
My dear sister, this thing I will tell you, they will bash me for it. But I swear to you, what you did was a bit selfish.
No, it's not.
Belinda, do you agree with me?
Selfish.
Belinda, if we were to call kettles, and pots, pots, do you agree with me?
Yeah.
The fact is speaking for itself.
Femi, do you agree with me?
No, Daddy Freeze. If you're looking...
Daniela, do you agree with me? Don't lie. If we're to call kettles, pots, pots, and snakes, do you agree with me?
What I was going to say is, because I know they normally tend to say that women tend to be emotional. But the thing is, people have lost their children in different places. If you did try again for another child and the child died in New York, I don't know if you even know if the child... Wait, I'm not done. Did the child die because of the lack of competency?
Bye.
Sorry.
Yes.
Because of the competency of the doctor. Are you sure it's because of the competency, or you're just so...
They were twins. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks before I went into labor. I was in the hospital. I was inside the hospital for 2 weeks. I was in labor. The nurse was inside the room. My parents were at home because I'm admitted. What was going on with me? I was communicating my mom. I was telling her, the nurses were there, relaxed. They say, oh, she's just, it's her first labor, it's her this, it's her that. By the time they know it, my baby was out already. I was not even in labor ward. I was in the normal patient room. My first baby came out. They rushed me. They were not ready. And I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. I didn't come from my house. That was how I lost my baby. So, but that aside, like I said, when I was in Nigeria, or when we were in Nigeria, we were not super rich. We were just comfortable. We were okay.
You see, hold on, guys. Let me tell you something here. Because people are going to be offended, we don't tell ourselves the truth.
No, I'm not.
No, not you. I'm talking about the people in the comment section. You see, one thing we miss, I will tell you the truth. The bitter truth. You could have, for your own reasons, relocated. Not a problem. It makes sense.
Okay.
You had trauma.
Yes.
Listen, my sister. I'm sorry, but it's a hard conversation to have. But you had trauma. I remember I was robbed once in Ibadan. Because of that, I don't go to Ibadan often. I don't go and see my dad. Do you understand? Not because of that, but do you understand? So I understand. But you see, when you now take somebody away and you shortchange them of their ambition, my sister, I'm telling everything you have said. You are using your mouth to say you didn't take him away, but then you say his investment is in Nigeria. He wants to come back to Nigeria. He was miserable for 2 years. He was miserable for 2 years. My sister, if we were to tell ourselves the truth and stop this foolishness of Western sensitivity, everybody's too sensitive, we can't tell ourselves the truth. It's a problem. It is a problem. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people typing nonsense in the comment section. It's not you. Can we be honest with each other for once and stop getting offended? Oh, why are we offended? The person that is having the conversation is not offended. These are my thoughts. And my sister, why do you like me? Because I tell the truth. Or I tell the truth how I see it, the best way God has given me the opportunity to calculate it. That's how I will say it. I don't hate you. I don't have a problem with you. But this is my judgment of the matter. And Belinda seems to lean towards me in this. And Femi, who is a politician, is playing on defense. But he knows what I'm talking about. And even Daniela herself knows.
Belinda, see, I like Nigeria so well. See, you see how pretty you are? You see how your skin is clean? That was how I used to look when I was in Nigeria.
Thank you.
People will ask me, what cream do you use? Abroad is
Mobility Realm said, this man is okay, what is yours? You know, go better for your papa or Malini. Yeah, Barapcho.
I think if I have to create balance to the subject matter, I understand what that is saying very well. If you are very close to a goal and you eventually, make price, is as good as you lost time. At the same time, what my sister is saying, she has actually passed a challenging moment. She felt this could have actually been avoided. That was why she took the action. Now, if I want to make a balance to it, I would say number one, it's really because you guys asked options. That was why Japan was even in perspective. There has been some individuals whose kid also died by that, and yet they still did this country. But however, the one point we should just understand is that for the man to have actually agreed to her, that means that they have consensus.
They have what?
No. Let me tell you something, Femi.
Wait, I didn't hear
This
what you
lady,
said. That means they have what?
hold on. This lady, I like her very much, but she's very assertive. I don't know if you guys noticed that. She took the decision. Listen, you are very assertive. So let me tell you something here. If I were your husband and I am a monogamous man, I would take that decision and follow you to that America, gamble my career, and one day you will come home and see a note that I wrote to you. I'm telling you. Because I would have taken that decision for you, not for me. I don't have a problem. Personally, your husband did not have a problem in Nigeria. Yes, it is a very sad thing to lose anyone, father, brother, child, particularly for a mother to lose a child. And I do not minimize your pain. But inside that, you let that trauma decide the next steps you are going to take that involve somebody else's life. And let me tell you something about men. Let me tell you something about men. Men are driven. They are hunters. Do you understand? When you strip him of that, you said it with your own mouth that this man with a thriving political career had to go and be doing menial jobs because he couldn't get papers. My sister, I'm going to be honest with you. Don't greet me again if you see me. I will tell you the truth.
I will greet you.
Me, I love you, but this truth I will tell you, you shortchanged your husband.
No, Daddy Freeze, let me tell you something now. It's
Sorry,
not like,
Femi, do you agree? Let's put it to a vote. Femi, do you agree?
Everybody agree.
Belinda, do you agree?
I agree. I mean, I already said that.
Daniela, do you agree? It's now, my sister, I love you very much, but I want you to now let me now give you an advice. Now let me now give you an advice. Let me give you an advice here. I beg you, go and sit down with your husband when you get home today and tell him you are ready to support his political career, even if it means him going to Nigeria and you sending him money from there. Let him pick that thing up again. This thing where you talk, if na me you do want to, I go drink something, write you note. Because my life will be over. And it is so hard for a man who is monogamous. Somebody on TikTok said you shattered your husband's dream. It is so hard for somebody who is monogamous. That is why when a man is polygamous, he will just say, he will pay number, he will just say, okay, you know what, me, I go stay. But when a man is monogamous, and I can guarantee your husband is monogamous, he doesn't cheat on you. He doesn't cheat on you.
He doesn't cheat on me. Yeah.
That is the problem. If to say he get like 3 or 4 girlfriends for Nigeria, he go get that mind.
When they cheat, they still listen to their wife.
No, not be like this kind of thing. Person will get plenty girlfriends.
It's not like Daddy Freeze. I did not shatter his dream. I did not shatter his dream, because when you say you shatter somebody's dream is when he's miserable or he's not doing well, or it's just that he didn't do that politics at that time. But he's still in contact with his people. He talks with his people. He travels, he empowers people in his community. Now,
Hold on. I want to ask a question. All the people telling me that, please, Belinda, let me just ask you, then I will keep. Am I too harsh in my words?
You're not. You're just...
Belinda, am I too... It is paining me because I can read myself into the script.
You're a bit more emotional.
The emotions are not affecting my decisions. They might affect my words, but my delivery, yes. And I apologize, my sister. I apologize for my delivery.
Daddy Freeze, see, let me tell you something about me. If I'm learning something from somebody, I would take what you're saying, especially if it's something that is useful. It doesn't
I
hurt
feel
me.
like
And
she's
if I
not
like
hurt
somebody,
because somewhere deep down
it's
you know
hard.
that it's true.
I like Daddy Freeze. I'm telling you now. I like you
That's
because you're
because me
smart.
personally, I would have been.
You have like solution or somehow something to say about every topic. I learn a lot from you. I've been watching you every day. I watch you, even from work. Every of your live show, I watch you. I tell my siblings, I said, go on Daddy Freeze live, go do this. I learn a lot from you. So when I learn something, when you're somebody I learn from, there is nothing. I will take the one I will take from you, and still, work with it. It's not like what you're saying. I watch your life. I see how you talk to
Okay,
people,
my
so it's
sister,
not
let me
personal.
apologize to you because
You
everybody's
don't
saying
have
my
to.
word. No,
Daddy
no, no,
Freeze,
no, no,
you
no,
don't
no, no,
have
no,
to.
no, 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 no,
No,
no.
you know why?
Maybe
You
I
know why I
read
say you don't have
myself.
to?
Hold on. I read myself into the script and I was emotional about it. I will not apologize for my words because they are the truth.
Yeah.
But I will apologize for badgering you. I'll apologize for seemingly attacking you. And I'll apologize. But you see, if you like me, one of the things you like
Yeah.
about me is the fact that I say as I see it.
You're
I
very
don't
smart,
quote it.
and
Do you
it's not
understand?
only you say you're very smart. I like smart people. You're extremely a very smart person. You're very smart. That's why I like you. So I don't see what you're saying as it doesn't hurt me. You know why? When something hurts me is when I feel bad. I don't feel bad about what I did.
You
Even
took a
though
good
you're telling me
decision.
this,
You took what
I
you
took a good
believe to be the
decision.
best decision.
Yes.
Now,
Yes. To be
understand
the
what
best
I'm trying to
decision.
say. You took
Yeah.
what you believe was the best decision on behalf of a
Best.
family.
Yes.
On behalf of a family. Sorry, on
Of my
behalf of a
family.
family,
Yes.
of
Not.
your family,
Yes.
without it
Yeah.
necessarily being the best decision for your husband.
Of course, that's true. What you
So
just
I'm
said
sorry
is,
about
I took a decision for my
attacking
family,
you. If it seemed
which
like I was attacking you, let me apologize. I'm sorry.
no, it's discussion. We are not attacking.
I
It's
read
discussion.
myself into the script. And one
I
thing
know.
I'm going to tell you today, your husband really loves you. Don't mess that man up. Oh.
I know. No, I know.
Never. That
He
man loves you so
See,
much.
we went
He
to the same school
sacrificed his
together.
life for you. Just always know that.
That is true.
When you get off this
I
life, go and call that guy and kiss him and hug him. Buy him a bottle of wine.
know.
I'm not joking. I've not seen men
I
that will
know.
do this for their women. Women actually are the ones that sacrifice for their men.
He does more than enough. He does
So
more
appreciate him
than enough.
tonight. Appreciate him specially tonight.
I appreciate that for you.
So that's the thing. Thank you so much, Daddy Freeze.
Thank you
everybody.
for sharing your story, and thank you. Sorry about the argument once again. You know, here we speak our mind. People get
Daddy Freeze,
offended.
how do your coin? I've been trying to do the buying of coin thing. I don't know how to do
Where
it.
are you buying the coin?
The star. I don't
The
know
star,
how to do it.
Facebook. Sorry. I'm off Facebook because you know how long we've been on. My phone, all two phones have died.
Oh.
So
Okay.
let me
40 minutes.
Let me 40 minutes. We're rounding off now.
Why
Let me
there
just
is
put
like-
off let me just put it on Facebook so that you can come and buy your coins. And once again, my darling sister, I appreciate you and thank you for coming to my live and listening and supporting me.
Thank you.
It's just that
Please, I've been trying
sometimes
to be on your
I
live,
will
but
tell you
sometimes
as the thing they pain
Thank you,
me
Femi.
and as I dey see am, I go talk.
Why did is I truly want to say something to people who have been asking me why I've been laughing and I've been shaking my head. I've been shaking my head because I'm trying to be calm because Josh was
Somebody say I pray her husband doesn't watch this.
No, if he watches it, he will know how much you are owing him in this life. You owe him everything good.
I know.
That's a good man right there. It is what I will do too for my wife. But then I'll end up being frustrated. And not everybody can handle frustration and mental health
At
issues.
some point, the first 1 year he was frustrated, but now he's very, very okay. He's good. We are good. So nobody comes to a new place, and feel comfortable. Even when they give you the lottery, you have to find your feet on the ground. At that time, he was extremely every night.
honestly why
complaining, but now it's okay.
She actually took DF perspective or opinion. She took it with a good mind.
I love this woman. I'm following her. I love this woman. No. You don't understand.
We learn every day.
The people where they listen, na them they vex. Person where get matter no vex.
Honestly,
Àwọn Bele Jayon, Femi Omondon pe ni Bele Jayon. People where they help person where get fish, they help and fry the fish.
See, Daddy Freeze, they talk of my husband. I told you I have masters in mechanical engineering. I came to America. I started working as an aide, nursing aide. I went back to nursing school, and now I'm doing good for myself. My kids are comfortable. My husband, everybody is comfortable. So if had it been my husband was that local government chairman in Nigeria, the kind crowd, even before he's a politician, crowd need to allow rest for house. The crowd, I don't even have space, nothing, So it was a lot.
But you need to understand that was his dream. Do you understand? It's like that was his calling. That was his forte. You might not understand it. But you see, men are built in such a way that if you derail them from their calling, they can get very, they can go down in such ways that they will never rise again.
My own is just, you said that you were comfortable in Nigeria, right? You weren't super rich, but you never said you were poor. You said you were comfortable, so you went from being comfortable to being comfortable.
Yeah, but no, he was comfortable, but I was not comfortable because I'm a person that wants to work for myself. Even though my husband is taking care of us, I want to, contribute to the family. I'm here now. We are doing, we are helping ourselves. We are working. Everybody is doing well. So you won't compare it to politics.
Exactly.
What if the man has actually contested and something has been wrong to his enemy? Nigerian politics can sometimes be toxic.
Yeah.
That could also be another factor. I think she's not just being articulated enough to really give